my friend. Today we're going to be playing Hound Dog. Elvis Presley made this famous. Mike Stroller wrote it. So music appreciation time. Sometimes the people who play these songs aren't the people who wrote them. Check it out. Today we're going to be doing it in the key of G because when we go to the time signature and the key signature, we see that it's in, well, 4/4 common time, but it's cut, so it's going to be a little bit faster. And then what happens is we're going to be playing this in the key of G. G major has G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and then G again. However, for this song, don't be scared. We're only going to be playing the 1, the G major. We're going to be playing the 5 and the 4, both majors, major 4th, major 5th, but as dominant chords themselves. So if G was going to be made into a G7, we would go past the G major 7, moving the G to an F sharp, which is the major 7th of the chord. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. When we go to the F, that exhibits that now we have a dominant 7th, a minor note, meaning that F natural is going to be consuming what used to be the G in our cool little triangle. Not a flat note, now it's a backwards triangle. So the concept is we have a B, an F, and a D, and most assuredly with the G, that makes a 4-note chord. 2 harmonies, major 3rd, another harmony was going to be the minor 3rd, and then this note to the other note is going to be a perfect 4th. So when we drop that other note to an F, we're quite literally exhibiting another minor 3rd. Means that that second triad over the top of the major triad is a diminished. So what we see in every key, C, C major 7, C dominant 7, D major 7, yeah, it looks exactly like an F sharp. So when we move that note and open up the string for the D, we get an A note, a D note, a F sharp, and a A. Therefore, our D7 has taken root. We could also play this one, but I like the really open and airy one. Here we go. When we start off, you ain't another mother, it's going to go right into the G. Since we're in the key of G on the ook, and that high G, when we strum it plays, what I do is I play the chord, I lift up off of the notes ever so slightly, unto which the fingertips mute all those strings. And then we could work on a basic rhythm for the G. Now, start off slow. We're going to go to the C7 next. Remember, not the C, but the C7. Back to the G. Here comes our D7. We hit a C7. I like to do a stop time generally and do the lyrics there and then jump back into the G. When they said the first verse, when they said you was high class G, well, that was just a lie. It's going to go to C dominant 7. Here we go. Said you was high class. Well, that was just a G. D7, you ain't never skinned a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. That groove is going to be pretty consistent, okay? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a consists of a down, up, 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 down, up. Put on your thinking caps. The word of the day is rubato. So when we use this, it's loosey-goosey at your own discretion so that 1E and a 2E and a 3 doesn't have to be so stiff. You could have or anything you want to do. I think on their version that I've heard on the recording, it's a bug it up, bug it up, bug it up, bug it up, up. Had like a slow retardando on the back end of that one end. Here's the song with a little pizzazz. I hope you dig it. You ain't no gonna have no cry no time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. Well, you ain't a cattle rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. That was just a lie. Said you was high class. That was just a lie. Well, you ain't a cattle rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. one. Then we could drop down to a G7 and end it on a positively awesome note. I hope you had a great time. I did. Aloha.